Let me introduce myself. Hey, my name is Tasha, but I go by Sarita Bonita. And I'm just a young girl that see life in a different pair of eyes. Where I still believe in love. I still believe in, just the greatness in life, even through the struggles. And I'm just here to help you see the same thing. So I hope you enjoy. Escaping survival mode and breaking away from certain patterns when it comes to any form of patterns in your life isn't easy. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Isha T on the Isha T podcast show, and I'm back with another message. What's up, friend? I hope all is well with you guys, and I hope y'all having a beautiful day so far, right? So, friend, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be real with you, right? I'm one of them friends they gonna tell you the real, the ugly, and the pretty parts of whatever if I got it, if I got that type of knowledge or wisdom on a certain or insight, I'm gonna say insight on a certain particular thing, right? So it ain't no rocket science is that we are human, you know what I'm saying, and life can be challenging, you know what I'm saying, especially when you going through certain things in life, you know what I'm saying. I ain't know how tough life been. Well, yes, I did. I always knew. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have a vision and you was always a hustler. You get what I'm saying? Like, all my life, I've been a hustler. All my life. Or I always try to improve. One thing about me, I like improvement in my life always been the number one thing for me. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's not the area that is most noticeable. You get what I'm saying? Like I always been the type of person that transform. You get what I'm saying? Some type of way, some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna lie, I let comfort. I sit in comfort a lot. You get what I'm saying? In this season, I'm learning that you cannot sit in comfort, you know what I'm saying, to grow. Well, I've been new, I learned that, well, it's really this season. I'm going to say this season. You know what I'm saying? I learned that it ain't easy. You know that song, that gospel song, I know a lot of y'all probably know about it, right? It was like, nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. That song now, baby. Sometimes you gonna have to, baby. Sometimes when you try, whatever you doing in life, whatever journey you on, you get what I'm saying. It ain't about us being on the same journey. You can be on whatever journey you on, right? Let me tell you like this, friend. When you on a journey, it's like that's when the odds really be trying to come up against you. You get what I'm saying? Even in life, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have obstacles. We're gonna have moments where you feel like you gotta take a couple steps back. But a lot of times when we get knocked back down, you take the one steps and you get knocked back down, friend. It ain't always to go against you. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger mind, in my early 20s, and well, me, I'm gonna say my early 20s and mid 20s. She really all my 20s, really, to be honest with you. Shit, I ain't gonna just lie, like middle 20s and end 20s, right? I always kind of been hard on myself when it come to hustling, you know what I'm saying? Because I always had a passion for hustling. You know what I'm saying? That shit running my bloodline. You get what I'm saying? Hustling. We always been the type, to kind of decenter, love a little bit, you know what I'm saying? For and decenter everything for hustling, right? And it's because when you got a certain passion for shit, like it ain't this ain't some mug doing just cause the mug wanna flex. No, this is like something like this. It's deeper than it. You get what I'm saying? It's deeper than it. Have you ever felt that itch within inside of yourself? You don't know why you got that itch, or you just it make you seem greedy. It make you seem ungrateful, but you're really not. It's just like it's just something in you. That's that fire within you. You know what I'm saying? They got you got a passion for something, right? And that's how I felt with hustling, right? And I'm learning, you know what I'm saying, that when I used to get knocked back down, Say if you take one step and get knocked back down, 2 or 3 steps, sometimes they don't mean that you doing it wrong. Timing matter too. And then sometimes we can be trying to move too fast. You get what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you something, friend. And you might look at me crazy. But when you thirsty for something, that's when you don't get it. That's when you don't get it. When you thirsty for it. You get what I'm saying? Desperation is the wrong energy to ever be in. Ever be in. And hustling, it require a lot. It be a lot of it. You get what I'm saying? I'm trying to say if your goal is to have your business, it can be anything. You know what I'm saying? Like some people get to it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like they don't have no peace with it. You know what I'm saying? You can get to your goal, with desperation. Sometimes it depends. But you don't get no peace. You know what I'm saying? See, everybody's situation work different. See, when I tell you Divine, I already knew that I was kind of thirsty for success. When not success, like as in, like I ain't gonna just say, because with me, with just growing, like I didn't really give a care. Like I didn't know what I would really want to do in life. I just knew I wanted to be successful, right? And when I say successful, I'm not just talking about like big screen, you know, being on camera, being a superstar, none of it. You know what I'm saying? Mine was I wanted to live comfortably without worrying about, with a poverty mindset. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about where my next meal coming from, worrying about my kids, can't have this and can't have that. You know what I'm saying? And I always been like that. I came in the world. I told you, friend. I had my life figured out since I was a little girl. You get what I'm saying? And don't know why, never understood why. And it kind of have you depressed when you're not getting there like as fast as you want to, right? And you don't know why it's so important to you. And then people be looking at you like, baby, you got a whole life to live. You get what I'm saying? You don't gotta beat yourself up because it's not moving as fast as you want it to. Sometimes it's not meant for you to, have it right then. Sometimes it's meant you got the right plan, but it's just at the wrong time. And if you allow things to flow like the river, like it's supposed to, it won't be as hard as it won't be as frustrating. Well, it can be still frustrating. It ain't gonna take a toll on you like it have been, right? Let me tell you something, friend. I'm gonna tell you something. Even though podcasts tell you about all type of different stuff, right? Sometimes we're gonna bleed into other conversations. Sometimes the conversation might be everywhere. But I'm gonna get back to it, okay? But I'm gonna tell you something, friend, what I learned in my life. It don't matter how hard you try to fight for something. Baby, if it ain't the right time, and it ain't the right time. In my life, that's for sure my story. You get what I'm saying? Timing is everything on my end. You know what I'm saying? Maybe somebody else can relate to that, right? Timing is everything. Okay. Timing is everything. I used to beat myself up and I was crying, baby. One thing about me, baby, I'm gonna do some crying. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it up off me because what else can I do? You know what I'm saying? I'm a cry first. Or I'm gonna try to I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do it all in one. I'm gonna do all of it. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna pout. I'm gonna try to figure it out. Cause one thing about me, I'm gonna try to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna figure it out. That's one thing about it. Even if I can't hit that day, I'm gonna try to figure it out. You get what I'm saying? So, anyways, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Right? So, um, I always used to have, when I used to be crying or whatever, I used to have TD Jakes come on my screen out of nowhere, y'all. It's like soon you pray about something, or soon you whine about something. You know what I'm saying? I had seasons where I've been mad at the divine and everything because, like certain things weren't working out for me. And I'm just like, man, I'm making all these sacrifices, which I done probably told y'all these before. But I know, and shout out to anybody that's new here. Hey, friend, welcome to the family. Welcome to my tribe. I appreciate your I appreciate you being here. You get what I'm saying? Especially if you watching the videos all the way to the end. Thank you for just being a part of my of my journey. I know it can seem a little messy for people who, you know, been here for a while because I've been starting over. But um I'm I'm learning, you know, my for one, my you know, me being a content creator, right? Or just being like a hustler, whatever you want to call it, right? And cause I done did all type of different stuff, you know, as of hustling, not in a bad way in my life, you know what I'm saying? I done had my seasons because I was trying to find what I'm passionate about, you know what I'm saying? Even if it make me look unstable, right? So I remember one season, my life really looked like it was going to shits. You get what I'm saying? It would look like it was going to shits. It didn't matter how hard I tried, friend. I put my right hand on the valve. It don't matter how hard I tried. I kept getting knocked down. It didn't matter how hard I go. I still want to hit my goals. It didn't matter. You get what I'm saying? None of my 20s. I always been a hustler. I go hard, friend. You know what I'm saying? Especially for myself. You know what I'm saying? And always place me in survival mode because I'm like, you know, sometimes I realize, you know, like, even though it's easy to throw a pity party and it's always gonna look like you being in victimhood and stuff, you know, I always felt like my life wasn't easy. You get what I'm saying? So I always idolized me making another life for myself. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't like the life that I was given. As in, I ain't gonna just say I didn't dislike the life I was given. I just felt like I witnessed a lot of things that wasn't fair for me at an early age. You get what I'm saying? And it kind of put a toll on me. So I kind of got obsessed with the you know, with the idea of me giving myself something, you know, I gave myself. You get what I'm saying? I always thought about, you know, and then especially growing up in, you know, in black communities, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna just say it's just like about race, no. But you know, like, and especially places where, you know, it ain't the suburbs. You get what I'm saying? Growing up from the hood or growing up from places that, you know, that ain't the suburbs and stuff like that, you know, it ain't easy for us. You know what I'm saying? Even though I always had food on my back, food on my table, food in front of me, and clothes on my back. And it might seem like I'm being ungrateful, but at an early age, I always imagine my life with a peaceful life. Or I ain't gonna just say peaceful. I just wanted to get out of survival mode. Okay, you heard this song, Kurt Giving. I just wanna be happy. That was me. That was me. And I had this false illusion of thinking that, you know, a different life. You know, it costs money, friend. It do. It do. It costs money, but the main goal is happiness. That was my main goal. Happiness. And a lot of us, we put that a place on money. You know what I'm saying? And the older I'm getting, I see, and it ain't about you. That don't mean, you know, money is the root of all evil. No. But I done seen, you know, the thirst of money and, you know, being abundant. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it taking people down through there. You get what I'm saying? Like back in the day, man, everybody probably wanted to be a star. You get what I'm saying? Now, some people looking at the stars like, hell no, I don't want that life. Now it's starting to look like, you know, slavery and shit like that, as in, or they looking like a puppet. You know what I'm saying? What you know, even though they got all that money, first thing when people say they was good, they got all that money, they should be happy. Money, even though I ain't got no millions, I ain't where I want to be in life, you know, right now, but it's all a progress, right? I'm learning that the fulfillment is internally first. You get what I'm saying? You got to get there internally, friend. Like it, just because you got money doesn't mean you can be happy, because you could be you could be rich in money and broke in spirit. You get what I'm saying? And when you get to your goal, because the way I was going, even when I got to my goal, I probably was not going to be happy. I was going to be, you know, still in survival mode, still trying to work super hard, not being grateful for what I have. And sometimes greediness can mess us up, friend. You get what I'm saying? And it's not even just about being, of course you want to make money, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep your business afloat and you want to keep an income coming in. But greediness, greediness. You know what I'm saying? Greediness. And then we ain't looking at how much discomfort we putting ourselves in. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't get no sleep when they hustling. Some people mind always racing. You always worry, about the outcome of certain things. You always got money on your mind, right? And one thing I learned, every time I put money on my mind, I get stressed the fuck out. I get stressed out for real. I get stressed out. And it's not because I don't got none. It's because the simple fact, even when you working or whatever, you can be making your money, can be flowing in. But it's just like I feel like I get stressed out because I get thinking about what if this, what if that, just trying to control the narrative or the direction when it comes to my life and my finances and shit like that. And then some shit just meant to flow, friend. Some season you just meant to flow. You know what I'm saying? You meant to flow. You're not meant to just be stressed out. That's why you ain't hit to your goal yet. And that ain't gonna make sense to a lot of people. But friend, when I tell you I used to be a hustling mother joker. I used to be a hustling mother joker. But it put so much wear and tear on my body to the point that I started having to slow down. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, because I'm not getting a proper sleep. And sleep is good for the soul, baby. Sleep is something we need. Even when people like, oh, I'm over sleep, but I'm dead. Nah, friend, you need to sleep now. Cause you missing out on sleep, you might then miss out on that dollar. But you could crash and burn at any time when you're not getting your good sleep, when you're not taking care of yourself. This is why I said something about the self-care shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, friend, we can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people believe in manifestations, prayer, stuff like that. Because sometimes you need that to get you where you going. You know what I'm saying? You got to use all your tools, not just one. Not just the one that put you up in stress mode. You know what I'm saying? They put a whole lot of weight on your shoulders that you don't even have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Um, for one, on my journey of just walking my path, the obstacles that I've been dealing with I've been dealing with a lot of obstacles, friend. When I tell you, that's why I try to come tell y'all, about things about life. And I be want y'all to, see the important things. And I also try to, teach you things that I learned, put you up on game on some of the shit I'm learning. Because life be teaching them, you get what I'm saying? Even if it's in a hard way. Even if it's in a hard way. Baby. Friend, when I tell you, it ain't just no walk in the park. I can tell you that much. It ain't just no walk in the park at all. It be challenging. And right now I'm learning to, take time out for myself. You know what I'm saying? Take care of myself. You know? If you can take care and do everything else for anybody else, friend, you can take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's where we get knocked back down. We take them one steps and get knocked back down, friend. You're tired. You've been up. Not saying me, but you got some people that been up for days straight trying to hustle, trying to get their life together, trying to figure out what's going on. Sometimes it come in your sleep, friend. hmm Sometimes the answer come in your sleep. The peace come in your sleep. It's always an easier way to do something, but not success. I ain't even gonna lie, friend. Yeah, it's an easy way to get there, but I ain't gonna lie. You gonna have them obstacles. That's one thing you gonna have, friend, is obstacles. Not saying it could be big obstacles. Sometimes it could just be small. You get what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to ground my mind a lot. Because one thing I learned, friend, on my journey, that the devil on my mind. He can, and I'm gonna say a lot of devil and the divine and stuff like that, because that's what it be a lot of that going on in the world, right? That's the world we live in, right? The enemy want my mind. When you headstrong and you got a mind of your own, you got like the enemy do not like that, friend. You know what I'm saying? He do not like that. I always been kind of bullheaded and kind of very ambitious. Even if I kept it to myself since I was a little girl. You get what I'm saying? I told you I always been like a visionary. I always vision stuff. You know what I'm saying? As in, I always saw a certain life for myself. Even if it don't, my success story might don't look like how everybody else's success story look. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like the enemy knew that I was a visionary. You know what I'm saying? He know I'm a visionary. He still to this day do. And that's why I have a whole lot of, obstacles on the road, you know what I'm saying? Because of my mental. It's like, okay, and especially if you are a creator, you know what I'm saying? All of us are creators, if to be honest. All of us walking this planet are creators in our own way. You know what I'm saying? Even if you believe it or not, friend, you are a creator. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's just you birthing children, if you feel like you don't know what your niche is, I hope I'm saying it wrong. Niche, whatever, right? And I watched the video and I cannot remember what creator I watched and said this. They were like, you are your niche. Friend, sometimes you're gonna have to start over. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to. Let me put it in quotations. Sometimes you got to start out from scratch. You get what I'm saying? A lot of my journey I did my whole life. Let me tell you something. The divine will destroy your whole entire life just to give you a new one. When I started, because my life, I told you, always been kind of hard for me, but I made it work. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about me, I'm a hustler. And I'm a go getter. And I always been kind of, headstrong. So me being kind of headstrong is what kind of made me last a little bit. In my journey. That what really kind of made me last. But it's like this season. It's like the divine, like, no, 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 no. We're not going to do it this way this time. That's why I told y'all in chapter 1, the same thing you did in chapter 1, you ain't going to be able to do in chapter 10. Now, your part probably ain't kind of everything probably working for you now. But it's going to be coming a season where, everything they working in that other season ain't going to work in this season. And I know that sounds scary. You do, right? But you remember I told you the enemy be on my mind. Because for one, he know I like to put people, he know I like to learn. And he also know I like to teach. I like to put other people up on game. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this too, what I learned too in my life. A lot of people will use you for your resources too. So even if it's not, your own obstacles in your own life, in your own mind, because even though I know, like, he after my mind, he will also send you people in your life that will try to use you for your resources. You know what I'm saying? When you don't really gotta use a motherfucker for their resources. I'm putting it out here on there. I'm putting it out there for you to get it. You get what I'm saying? Anything else, baby, it's extra. I give too much. You get what I'm saying? Anything else, people think, oh, you say, oh, this, you think you can do the work for them. Hell no. Do you know how hard it is, friend? Hell no, you gotta get I don't play the the victim shit. Nah, get out the mud. Get off your ass. I can teach you, I can take you to the water, but I'm not gonna force you to drink it. I'm not gonna do the work for you. You get what I'm saying? They don't work like that. This go season. Last season motherfucker was just giving resources out like out of their ass and shit. But this time it gonna cost you. You get what I'm saying? So let's get into it, right? Due to a mud being headstrong, because a lot of creators are. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, the enemy like to delay us, especially if you headstrong, he like to play with your mind. You get what I'm saying? So this season here is all about grounding the mental, right? And me being a creator or whatever, I have a lot of lately, I've been having a lot of headaches and shit, because I'm a thinker. I'm thinking. I'm always in my head. I'm a thinker. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm trying to figure shit out, even when I shouldn't even be thinking. Thinking that heavy about certain things. Because I told you the same thing you did in chapter 1, you ain't gonna be doing chapter 10. For one, especially being in survival mode, you only be in survival mode. You have to be. You get what I'm saying? When you need to be. You know. And the enemy love to play in my mind and keep me in survival mode. You get what I'm saying? Trying to make me, worry about like, yeah, how you could lose, this all this shit could, not work out tomorrow. And if it don't work out, well, first see it through. You won't know until you see it through, right? And I know that's more easy said than done, especially for my hustlers. Anyways, survival mode should only be available when you really are surviving. When you really have to, you ain't get okay, say as in you living in your car or your family hungry, You know what I'm saying? And still, like, whatever you got, whatever, or, like, or they ain't got, you ain't, like, when you really at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, I done seen people that, don't care, and they just delusional enough, or, no, what can I say? Not delusional, because some people do, but not, some people faith just they hit different, you know what I'm saying? They gotta believe that everything gonna work out right. And have you ever noticed that theirs come slower, but theirs come easier than yours? You over there damn near about to lose all your marbles mentally. While that person over there, they might ain't where they might ain't got their $1 million right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Or they might ain't hit their goal right then and there. But when they was sitting in that calm state, not stressing, not beating themselves up, not running with it, running like a chicken with their head cut off. They got whatever they were struggling for, whatever they needed, even if it was a bill or whatever, they got it paid. Some seasons, friend, you got to use all of your tools. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I say it's kind of hard escaping, survival mode sometimes, especially mentally. Especially when a lot of us, we come from the bottom, you know what I'm saying? We ain't come from, I like poverty. I say poverty, yeah. But I ain't been the type, them to been without, them been homeless or them been without food and stuff like that. So I can't speak exactly on that part, but I can just tell you about hustling and, just steady feeling like I'm a failure, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's another thing what will keep us in survival mode too, is the fear of failure. This fuck us up a lot. That fuck us up a lot, friend. The fear of failure, right? Remember I told y'all, because sometimes we can move in our ego so much. I remember one time I told myself, what if you be a nobody? What if it's meant for you not to be shit? Right? And I know they're gonna sound crazy, and I know, like, don't analyze it a little too much. But I had to do this real quick because I had to break away my ego away from, my goals. You know what I'm saying? Do it out of passion and with love, not with ego. You know what I'm saying? Because life don't owe you shit, friend. Life is meant to be, even if it do, you know what I'm saying? Even if you feel like it do. We sometimes get so caught into, working all the time to the point we forget how to take breaks, or, forget how to have fun, you know what I'm saying? Take care of ourselves, you know. And this season here, I've been guided to, like, branch off and do things that I like to do, even if it's in the house. You get what I'm saying? Like, understanding myself, who I am as a person. Because when you go through life challenges and stuff like that, friend, in your life, you're gonna grow. You know what I'm saying? We are meant to grow. You know what I'm saying? We're not meant to do things the same way we did in other chapters, in other ages. You're aging, you know what I'm saying? So the same way I used to hustle back in the day, I can't hustle the same exact way now. You know what I'm saying? I have to take breaks. I have to have off days. I have to, and I learned too, friend. Sometimes you gotta weed out all the noise. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, when you really want something, sometimes you're gonna have to take a break from people. You know what I'm saying? Your normal, what, going out every weekend. You know what I'm saying? All this shit. And I'm gonna tell you something too, friend. What I'm learning. I thought people were playing. I had somebody told me, like, negative thoughts. When you eat bad, you get more negative thoughts and your mind be cluttered and cloudy and shit like that. And I thought, I'm thinking they were just over exaggerating. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to get them over eat good. One thing, I'm gonna tell you something too. One thing I don't like to do is force nothing on nobody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna force a belief system on you. I'm not gonna force my belief system on you. I used to not force I used to kind to when I was younger, kind of be kind of, trying to force them up, get salty when they ain't taking my advice, but they steady running to me and woo woo, or you seeing people around you hurt themselves and, like, or somebody you love hurting themselves in a certain situation. But my thing is, friend, you can lead the horse to the water, you cannot make it drink it. And that's one thing I'm learning. You cannot, for one, if anything seems forced, that it ain't the right way. It ain't the right way to do it. It ain't the right, anybody that want to force anything on you, It's not. That's a red flag, right? So, friend, like I told you, in your journey, remember that it don't matter if if you got say if you got like a $50,000 goal, right? You want to make 50,000 and this and that, woo, woo, woo. You gotta let go of the outcome of how you gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let go of the outcome of how you gonna get it. And I know this way more easy said than done, but this right here is what keep us stuck. This right here is what keep us in survival mode. You know what I'm saying? And if you, oh, okay, my bad. Let me back up. Cause remember I told you, I probably told you. Remember I told you, I did see it. But I said, how when I asked myself to break that ego away from my plans and stuff like that, cause my ego was real heavy in it. My ego was real heavy in my around in my journey. You know what I'm saying? And some season your ego can mess things up, friend. Sometimes your ego can mess things up bad. It can. It can get in the way, friend. It sure can. And that's why I asked myself, what would what if you just meant to be a bunch of dookie? And I know they sound kind of harsh and cruel, but it kind of gave me the ego death that I need. And baby, you ought to see how I was boo-hooing. I was crying like a baby. I'm talking about crying like a motherfucker. Because it was just like I just broke my own heart when I said that. And I needed that. You get what I'm saying? Because my thing is, when I broke that, they let me know that, okay, so if it's meant to be, if you meant to be a nobody, and I got this off this spiritual teacher, I forgot his name, but I'm following him on here. I'll be sharing him on my timeline if you interested. It's like a Caucasian guy. Where he got like his hair, it's not messy. I can't remember how his hair is. It's short though, and I think it's kind of blondish and gray. He kind of old, he older, right? And he always been in the park, and he helped me out a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of you know content creators that I listen to that actually help me out a lot too. RC Blake's helped me out a lot too. You know what I'm saying? Man, I love RC Blake's. I love TD Jakes. But one thing I love about RC Blake's, he ain't just talking to you. And he know how to speak our lingo. He know how to speak the young folks lingo. He know how to call us out. You can tell he got children. He be having them conversation with his children. You know what I'm saying? A real hard, uncomfortable conversation with his children. You know what I'm saying? So check him out if you want to check him out, right? But he said, when I tell you when that man said, I forgot the video. I watched it alone. It been a while ago since I watched it. It been months ago. And when I did that to myself, friend, when I broke that ego away from it, sometimes you gotta break your ego down a few times because your ego like to come in and destroy shit. And that be because the enemy fucking with you. You get what I'm saying? The enemy love to ride on our depression and that negative energy, them negative thoughts that we tell ourselves. He love it, friend. He love it with a passion. Right? So check this out. When he did that or whatever, that teaches you that anything that you get in life, you should be grateful for it. Because if you meant to be a bunch of dookie, right? I mean, if you a bunch of dookie, right? If life fell for you, you know what I'm saying? And just think about it. If you hit rock bottom, I want you to think in your head. I know you think they're gonna fuck with you. You think, nah, you're gonna fuck with the ego. The ego need to go anyway. The ego cool, but sometimes ego be fucking us up. We get the ego for a certain period of time. Ego is good, but too much ego is never healthy at all, right? Especially when it come around your success or whenever it come around your journey. Your success when it come to journey ain't always gotta be about money. Mine was always a certain life, right? A certain life. Even if it wasn't the perfect is a life. My shit, anyway, so it puts you in this gratitude energy. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so it's like the ego dismissed now. Now let's move from the heart. If you hit rock bottom, right? Like right now at this second, I want you to think about you hitting rock bottom. What you think you will do different? For one, you probably change your whole entire life. You'll go with things differently. Because that one didn't work, so you scratch that one off. You get what I'm saying? You start moving from your heart space. Now, some people, a lot of us, we get started. If we get started over, we still do shit the same way. That's where you fuck up it. You don't move through ego when you building your life. You move through your heart space. You get what I'm saying? That's how you get there that's how you get to the victory in a more healthy place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't give a fuck about healthy. But if you don't want to stress and you don't want to be in that struggle or victimhood or that survival mode as mentality, gratitude gonna be your best friend. Ego death's gonna be needed. Because if we go by just with ego, nothing would never be good enough for you. And then that's concerned as greediness, especially in divine light, in divine eyes. Because everything is a gift. You get what I'm saying? Especially abundance. That's why it's called abundance. Especially money is abundance, happiness is abundance, all that stuff is abundance. You get what I'm saying? When you ask for abundance, you include happy too. If you want to be rich, say I want to be happily rich. You know what I'm saying? At peace. Because if you're not, you'll never have a peace of mind, friend. You're gonna always be in survival mode mentally. That's why a lot of people not happy when they got all their damn money. When they actually successful and stuff like that. Hey, you ever seen the richest people? Some of the richest motherfuckers. I ain't gonna lie. I done seen the people like they be like, oh, they the richest in the world. Them motherfuckers be calm. They don't be all in ego and none of that shit like how we be. And the first thing you gonna say is, no, got to be because they got money. No, because sometimes money don't cure everybody's problems. Some people have internal problems. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes it could be anything bothering everybody. It ain't always about the money, right? What give them peace is they know how, if they lose it all today, they know how to regain money again. They know how to redo it. Some of them will go about it different ways. You get what I'm saying? Because when you move with life with gratitude, that's when you gain in wisdom and knowledge. And when you get knocked back down, friend, that's the chance right there where wisdom come in it. That's the part of it. Like, what you think wisdom is? Wisdom ain't nothing but heal pain and listen to you. Stuff you went through in life and you learn from. Or some of the things you don't witness in life. Yeah. It's because they got good. They know that they can get it all over again. You see what I'm saying? You see, it's for one, it's confidence, and it's also rooted in, to me, gratitude. As in, like, I'm grateful for where I'm at, but I also know how to get it again. If I got to, I would. You know what I'm saying? If I have to start over, I would. You don't see them saying, I never be broke again. They don't be like that. Hell no, they don't talk like that. A lot of them don't talk like that. They don't talk like that. They're like, nah, I just start over again. Because they them be the ones that had them humbling ass beginnings. Or they done had some humbling ass moments in their life. You be like, yeah, dang. They make you ain't gonna have no choice but to put your ego down. Right? I done had a whole lot of moments like that, friend. You know what I'm saying? And it might be, might look like, okay, well, that's what you get, and maybe that is. Maybe so, right? That's what you get. But basically what I'm saying, friend, is if you're gonna do something, do it. But don't beat yourself up when you ain't hitting there faster like you want to. And don't do it out of desperation. Do it with gratitude. You get what I'm saying? Do it with gratitude because desperation is when we move into ego. And yeah, you might get there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us don't get there as fast as we want to because it ain't meant for us to get there fast. Now for the ones that the ones they're working fast and hard work for you, you know what I'm saying? Then kudos to you. But when you reach that goal, you notice that it'll never be good enough for you. And then they put you in a lack mindset because you could be rich as fuck still with a lack mindset. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nothing like when I say that, I'm not saying it with judgment. I'm saying it as in that can always change. You know what I'm saying? But don't be greedy. Like as in like celebrate yourself where you at now. You know what I'm saying? Give yourself a pat on the back. Be thankful that that you made it out the struggle. You know what I'm saying? Be thankful that you are where you at. You able to travel like you want to. You able to do the things you want to do. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that, right? Like, and be thankful. And when you move in gratitude and you also allowing those moments you get knocked down a few steps, you allowing that to teach you and whatever it's meant to teach you, because that's what it is. That means it's something you overlooking, right? Even if you get knocked down and get reminded of gratitude, everything is a blessing, friend. You get what I'm saying? Because for one, you could always tomorrow, even though it seems like tomorrow don't matter to you, or I need it now, I need it now. Friend, if it's meant for you to have, you gonna have it. Time it don't matter. Especially in this life, this will really mess us up. Cause we be worried about other people all the time. Worrying about how other people looking at your life. You know what I'm saying? When my life was falling apart, I know people, for one I was to myself a lot. And I know motherfucker was probably laughing at my life falling apart, but I didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want a lot of people in my business, as in my music don't love no company. You know what I'm saying? When all this stuff was falling apart, this stuff ain't easily, mentally to accept. You know what I'm saying? But I needed to crash and burn because the foundation that I was building on, I couldn't get far in it because it was too shaky. It was a quicksand. You get what I'm saying? If I would have built my empire on quicksand, right? Anything in my life, it was gonna fall through. That motherfucker was gonna sink. It was gonna sink. So this go round, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be 100% G with you. My tower came when I called on God. So when I called on divine, I'm tired. I used to cry about how tired I was. I am so tired. You know what I'm saying? Working 6 days a week. Even though it was optional, I had goals, friend. You know what I'm saying? I had goals. So I was kind of moving out of which is, a lack, of course, a lack mindset. You know what I'm saying? And I also was moving out of lack and hustling out of lack, which, a lot of people do. You know what I'm saying? Because that's why you must be hustling to try to get money or whatever, right? But it was putting a toll on me. You know what I'm saying? Me mentally, to the point I can't sleep. You know what I'm saying? So that shit fucking with my body, my energy fucked up. That's why y'all hear me a lot. If you've been watching my video, seeing how drained I am. Because I live in my head too much. You get what I'm saying? I always try to figure out a plan. Right? And this is why they say, give it to God, let go and give it to God. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine when you call on God and your whole life starts falling apart. And you already battle with a scarcity mindset, friend. Your whole life falling apart, baby. I was free. Baby, hold up. Nah, I ain't know. I told you go add to it, not take it away, God. Hold up, what? My whole life started crumbling down, friend. Everything that I own, everything I had, them dying there fell apart. Everything. Everything. When I tell you everything, I mean it. Everything. From the job, from the people, from my car, from everything. Stability. Everything that I thought was stability was a flow in my life. God took it away. Friend, how the crap can I be at peace mentally with it? Come on now. And the job was putting a toll on me, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm waking up all these hours. Then I'm stressing because people starting to steal cars, you know what I'm saying? Then I got the type of car they steal, you know what I'm saying? So that's bothering me a lot, you know what I'm saying? I got a goal I'm trying to reach, and then I'm not reaching it. It's like every time I'm trying to reach the goal, every time I get close to it, I was like $1,000, like about $2,000 for my goal, right? It was like I kept getting knocked down every time. And I'm just like, God, what the crap is going on? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, cause I agree. God knew if He would have gave me He would let me reach my goal. He knew He wasn't gonna be good enough for me. I wasn't gonna celebrate myself like I supposed to. I wasn't gonna be like, okay, cool. Now you hit your goal. Now give yourself a pat on the back. It also take you a couple of days off, and then you get back to it mentally. You know what I'm saying? Or you take it first. Intake that you got to your goal, so they can feed that scarcity mindset to let you know that it's possible. You know what I'm saying? That it's possible. Anything is possible if you work your tail off to get it right. And sometimes you don't got to work your tail off, because sometimes this will bring us in that scarcity mindset too. Think we gotta work hard to get it. Think it's only right if you work hard to get it. Which, that's what I always thought. You know what I'm saying? Due to how I was raised and how I was brought up. I thought, working hard is the only way how you get shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about no manifestation or prayer. Like, of course we know about prayer, but my prayer really work. It just don't work as fast as you want it to. Right? And a lot of the stuff they got off my path is stuff I prayed about and I cried to God about. You know what I'm saying? Because it brought me so much confusion. And I had too much weight on me. How you gonna try to climb, friend, and have so much weight on you? You can't climb without a damn weight. You know what I'm saying? For one, I told you I was moving out of lack, friend. Which a lot of hustlers may do, right? I can't speak for everybody, I can just speak for myself. Right? I was moving out of lack. So it's got me kind of like anxious all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I'm always, like, say if my goal was $5,000, right? If I would have got this $5,000 back in the day, man, I would have said, okay, I got this now. Next, let me set me another goal. I would have set another goal the next following week, and been trying to reach that. I ain't giving myself the time. I ain't giving myself not even processing it mentally. That hey, you just hit a goal. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. You get what I'm saying? That's something to intake. That's something to celebrate. You get what I'm saying? That don't mean you get lazy, no. But it means to celebrate yourself, because if you don't, you will never feel like it's good enough. You will never feel like it's good enough, friend. You will never feel like it's good enough. Ever. Ever. And that's the problem. And that's when it becomes greediness. And then not only did you get to your goal and you might hit another one and maybe another one. But it's gonna be one of them times you ain't gonna be able to hit it because you're gonna have to take a mental break. You know what I'm saying? Or you might lose it all out of greediness. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not showing gratitude. You're not being appreciative and being thankful that, hey, I got this. Friend, our body, we are human beings. We deserve rest. We deserve a pat on the back. We deserve a praise. See, a lot of people that be too tough on themselves is people, a lot of people, they don't know nothing about all that love. All that shit, that shit temporary. I don't want. I'm studying this or being soft on themselves. They think that's it's. They think it's bad. Or they think it ain't important. Loving on yourself, mind, pouring, loving yourself, cheering yourself, and telling yourself you proud of you will take you a long way, friend. You won't be waiting on nobody else to tell you that they proud of you, or you won't be bitter when people try to come on and celebrate you. You get what I'm saying? Now I'm not talking about leeches, no, because you will meet some leeches, even if it's on your resources. You know what I'm saying? Tell you, friend. Tell you. I can vouch for that one, right? And your resources sometimes can just be advice. It could be the shit that you learned on your path. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me, and then a lot of things people be want you like say when you're a business owner, you also have people to think for do the work for them. Well, let's start a business again. I'm not starting a business with no damn bad, no ma'am, sir. I know it sounds bad, but no ma'am, because a lot of people want you to do the work for them. I'm not doing a goddamn thing, baby. Gonna cost y'all. So this season's different. Like a teacher, but it gonna cost you. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying in coins. It could be anything. You know what I'm saying? People ain't shit free. I give enough. I give this. This is enough. This is already free. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, because I told you, and move away from people like that too. They always want some. And just then sometimes leeches don't always come empty handed. Sometimes they come with shit, but they be draining the hell out of you. You know what I'm saying? Right now. And then now they taking away from you building on what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to help people. But it's okay to be a good person, but to never be a damn fool for it. You know what I'm saying? It's coming from somebody that done been a damn fool a few times in life. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we learn. You get what I'm saying? So even though it might look like I'm being a damn fool, it was really from we're gonna just ain't no sense of trying to fix it up being a damn fool, right? Even if it was from a genuine place. on your end. You know what I'm saying? When you know better, you do better. You know? And but the ego lead us wrong every time, friend. The ego will lead you wrong every freaking time. That's why I'm trying to get you to celebrate yourself and also, be there for yourself, and also, have them the moments. I want you to look at the moments where you do get knocked back down 2 steps, as in like it ain't got there like you wanted to yet. Right? Well, I be in that moment. I be on. That's why I beat myself up the most when I feel like I take 1 step and get knocked back down 2 or 3 flights of stairs, right? But sometimes that's the blessing, cause sometimes we could be doing it wrong. Sometimes you all work and no prayer, all ego and no gratitude. You get what I'm saying? All work and no play. You gotta have play. Even if it's not the play that you normally do. Like you ain't gotta go club hopping all the time. You ain't gotta go hanging with people. You can do shit by yourself. What you normally like to do? You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta just wait till you hit your goals to do it, friend. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to do? What bring you fulfillment? Because they're gonna be very important in the midst of your journey. You know what I'm saying? The little things. The little things matter, friend. Like, it's so crazy because I've been seeing a lot of people be talking about ice cream. It's like, even if you're going to have your ice cream date or something, you know what I'm saying? Even though they seem childish, whatever used to bring you fulfillment as a kid, this is why inner kids matter a lot. And when you connecting with your inner kid mind, it reminds you not to take life so serious. When you were younger, you know how a lot of us like, man, damn, well, mother hate that, well, rush their childhood. So, everybody talks, oh, I can't wait to grow up. It was the worst thing ever. No, there ain't no wrong with aging. For one, that's why we need to connect with our inner kids. Ain't nothing wrong with aging. You can, I don't give a fuck if you 90. You can still connect with your inner kid. And that inner kid can be 10, 5, 4. You get what I'm saying? Whatever age you want to do. And it always bring gifts. Every time you tap into that inner kid, they gonna always give you ideas. They gonna always give you some type of guidance in your life. It be a tool for you. You know what I'm saying? And when we get knocked down, or we take 1 step and get knocked back down 2 or 3, that's when we need to tap into them inner kids. How would I would handle this when I was younger? You probably would never gave a fuck. If you did, you probably would have cried it out and then gone on about your business, because kids don't be giving a fuck. Kids won't be giving a fuck. They won't be giving a fuck at all. They won't even care. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we got to get in that energy where you don't give a fuck. When you move out of desperation, friend, and you get in that I don't give a fuck attitude, that's when shit come the most. Have you ever noticed that you're like, okay, they're like, for my people, right? Say if you've been dealing with somebody, right? We're gonna use this for a term, right? I know this is a bad example, but hey, just hear me out real quick. You know how a lot of people, um, say if a woman been chasing a man for a while, right? Or say my fellas, right? Whoever watch it, right? You've been chasing somebody for a very long time, and they know you like them, and you've been showing them you like them and everything, right? It's like why they know that it's like that person want to be chased though. They like the feeling of being chased but not caught. It's cute chasing, but damn, when I'm ever get it ain't no fun if I ain't never gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? Ain't no damn fun if I'm never gonna receive it. Some people like the feeling of being chased, even though they know they're not gonna give you that option. You know what I'm saying? Even though they know they're not gonna they're not going to be serious with you, or even, give you the thing that you're chasing for. And sometimes it just be an illusion too. Sometimes I know that's deeper than that. We'll talk about that another day. But hey, you notice when you stop giving a fuck, you say, you know what? I'm straight. I'm gonna holler at you. I'm done chasing. Because at this point, it's becoming draining, bitch. Or, you're just like, look, hey, you can find you another duck. Or, nah, this too much. I'm not gonna keep doing this. I got better things to do. Even if, like, I'm not gonna chase no chick or no dude for the rest of my life. That's just for an example, right? And, especially, I want to really say that for my dudes, because my fellas, you are natural born hunters, right? And hey, you ever notice when you going on about your beating, now you going on to the next female, talking to them, and you chasing them, but they actually get caught. You know what I'm saying? You checking them out and you liking them or whatever. Now, out of nowhere, here come old mamas, the one that you were chasing the first time. Here come the old dude or whatever you were chasing this time, right? The last time. Now they coming around trying to flunk themselves in your face again because now you're not thirsty for it. That's how I feel like with success and everything else that you want in your life. It comes when you're not thirsty for it. I know they're gonna sound crazy, shit, friend, but it do. It do. It do. Have you ever noticed when you stop giving a fuck, everybody else do? Friend, I've been so sensitive since I was a young girl. I was sensitive, and that would kind of shut me off. You know, I kind of got insensitive. You know what I'm saying? I started getting in my ego and not my heart. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of people took advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you treat me like I'm a lion, man, bitch or something. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? So then I had to get in it and get in that grind mode and show you like, hey, I got in that cold side, right? That ain't got nothing to do with that part. But let me tell you like this. But let me hear me out. It's understandable that sometimes we pick that ego up for a reason. But sometimes it's okay to sit it down, right? When I used to care too much, nobody gave a fuck. Now when you switch to not giving a fuck about nothing, I'm seeing it. Even though this off topic, everybody give a fuck. Okay, it's your turn now. Now it's my turn not to give a fuck. Okay, so I know that like that just for that was off topic, right? So, anyways, back to this. I'm gonna wrap it up, friend. If you want something, how bad do you want it? And when I say how bad do you want it, I'm not just saying you putting don't receive that with ego. Receive it with grace. You know what I'm saying? How bad do you want it? And when I ask yourself that or whatever, like what's another way like you can get it? Oh, I hope I made sense. Hold on. How bad do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough, you'll pray about it and leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? Or you align yourself with it. You will do the inner work, whatever. Because sometimes that's why we ain't got it either. Because we ain't aligned with it. That's why I say timing is everything. If you want something to come in quicker, do the inner work. Get in gratitude. Be thankful where you are at now. Learn how to be grateful for what you already have. And I know that's way more easy than done. That's what I mean. I hope this wasn't too confusing. If it was, I'm try to break it down another time. But right now, I gotta go. Okay? I'm gonna talk to you later. And I love you, friend. And good luck on your journey. Okay? Talk to you later.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Ay.